Hello and welcome to Biz Buzz with Bruno, presented by madstheater.com. I'm your host, Michael Bruno, and today we have the Beaver Dam Area Community Theater and two wonderful guests, Mark and Annabella. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yes, thank you.
Absolutely. So, Mark, you and I are old buds.
Oh, sure.
So we go way back, but I don't know a thing about Annabella, so please tell us a little bit about yourself to get started.
Right, I am from Fond du Lac County. I actually started doing community musicals in Fond du Lac starting in 2022. I've only done, I want to say maybe 3 musicals other than this one, so I'm really excited. I've never done a Beaver Dam Community Theater show before, so this is also very new. At my school, I've done multiple musicals there as well, including choreographing, directing, helping with little kid things.
Cool. So what shows have you done? What musicals have you done?
Sophomore year, I did Beauty and the Beast.
Nice.
That one was a lot of fun. I was Babette in that one. And then, very fun role. And then, junior year was Annie. And I played Lily.
Mm-hmm.
That was also a very fun role. Same kind of vibe as Babette as well. And then this past year, senior year, I played Dorothy in Wizard of Oz.
Oh,
Very, very fun role. My siblings were all in the
Munchkins?
cast as well. I had one sibling who was a munchkin, yes. And then my little sister, who's actually in this show right now, she was Tin Man.
Wow.
And then
nice.
yes, and she did very well. She actually tapped dance, so that's
That's
cool thing.
cool.
Yes. And then my other sister was Glinda. I have 3 younger sisters.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
All girls in your family?
No, I actually have 2 brothers as well.
Oh, you could have done Fiddler then if you had fun.
I know, right?
Five daughters.
Yeah, 5 daughters. Oh, that'd be great.
So how did you find out about this show?
It actually was an email to my choir director at
Oh.
Oakfield High School.
Is that in Fond du Lac?
It's Fond du Lac County,
Fond du Lac
yes.
County,
Small town
okay.
right outside of Fond du Lac County.
Okay.
And she brought it up to me after I had actually auditioned for a show at Fond du Lac Community Theater. It didn't work out. Then she suggested I audition for this one. So Clara and I went over and just thought we'd try something new.
And there you go. And
Yep.
now you're in the show. Now you're the lead in the show.
Yeah.
Cool. So, Mark,
Yeah,
how you been?
been good.
Good.
Staying busy.
Excellent. Excellent. So tell me a little bit about the show.
Where to start?
At the very beginning. Oh, wrong show.
Wrong show. No, so Bright Star. I think the thing that is probably coolest for non-theater people is that Steve Martin.
Mhm.
is the composer of the show. I can't remember the number, but he has won Grammy Awards for his comedy albums and his banjo bluegrass albums. So this is tapping into that. I think he's got a scholarship that he gives out annually or multiple so that youngsters stay involved with banjo. So he teamed up with Edie Brickell, who helped with some of the music and the lyrics. And they told this story which made Bright Star, which is based on a true story. And they brought it to life. It's nothing like I've really directed before. I'm not opposed to bluegrass music by any means, but it's not the first genre that I pull up if I'm gonna listen to something. So I'm really excited. We got Sitzprobe on Monday, so we're gonna hear what the orchestra's doing for the first time. But we got a banjo, a mandolin, we've got fiddles. It's a full bluegrass band that's going to be there. One of the cool things about this story, and I think has to be a fun challenge for Annabella is we're set in 2 different time periods.
Oh,
So
okay.
the show starts in the 1945, right after the war, and then while she's talking to a couple of the other cast members, she's like, "Yeah, back in the day, I used to be like that," and then we fade back to 1920s. And then so Bella gets to pretty much switch between how old did we say you are in the
16 to 17, and then
38 till
38
39?
to 39.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So-
There's a challenge for you.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I mean there are a couple other characters that do the time jump, but she's the one that like is driving it all the time. So we're doing hair stuff, we're doing costume stuff to help the audience with those time jumps. So yeah, and she's mentoring I guess Alice is the editor, right?
Yes.
Of the Asheville Southern Journal, and she's mentoring a young writer, Billy, helping him get his feet going. So they have a kind of a cool relationship, and then a couple of other coworkers ask about her younger years, and then she tells a story of what she was like when she was a kid.
And is the book by Steve Martin as well? Did he write?
He was mostly on
just the music,
just on the music. Yeah. Lyrics, so some music help and lyrics with Edie Brickell, and I think there's somebody else who pulled the book together between it. And I think, if I remember correctly, sorry, I don't have all of it, but I believe
the
book
will be fact checked later by the administration.
Yeah,
right.
No, I think the name of the book that they were inspired by to write the story was called The Iron Baby.
Oh, interesting.
I believe that's what the name of the book was. So yeah, and the 20s is about Alice having a kiddo. And I don't feel like we should go much further than that before we start getting into some spoiler zone. Some stuff that, like, when I first watched the show, I told the cast, and I've told our community theater through our newsletter. My assistant director, we've been working together for a decade now, Amy Friedel. I was like, Amy, you should watch this show. Maybe we should do this one. And this is a couple years ago. It wasn't for this summer, but a couple years ago we were looking at it for maybe at our high school. I don't know. And she watched the show, and at the end of the first act, she's like, "What are you thinking? We cannot do this story." There was a scene earlier in the show that I think it wasn't a high school production; it was an adult production, and they pushed some liberties with just some stuff that we're not going to present with the high school production, and I don't think it's not listed in the script like that. So we're easing away from some of that anyway. But then the end of the first act, she's like, "We can't tell that story." And then by the end of the show, she's like, "We have to tell this story. It is such a good story." So we encourage the audience, if you're feeling disheartened, if you're feeling hopeless, maybe at the end of the first act. To me, this is correct me what you think, or tell me what you think. But Bright Star is a story of hope. And in order for them to write the musical and for it to be interesting, there needs to be some darkness before the sun is going to shine. That's the top number of the second act. But like we do need that. Beauty is in the art of contrast, and if everything's beautiful all the time, nothing would be beautiful, right? We can't have that hope if we don't have a little bit of despair.
And are there two versions? Is there a junior version and an adult version, like Lion King and all the Disney
if there's a school edition, I don't know of it. We're doing the main. We're doing the full production. Like I said, I just think that this community theater, I don't know, director wanted to go. It's an intimate scene that they just got a little more intimate than.
Gotcha.
Honestly, I think most community theaters would do. I think the director just had a specific vision that they had, and it was not what we're going for. I don't think.
So was this a video of just another company doing it?
Just another company, yeah.
I don't think they ever shot a Broadway version.
I don't think they did a pro shot. No.
I looked for it. I couldn't find it.
No, I don't think there's a pro shot. I've seen some online. Sun Prairie East High School just did the production this past spring.
Right.
So on the way here, I was actually borrowing a couple props from them. One of my friends, former coworkers, works in Sun Prairie now. I was like, can we just have those two things? Because they work perfect for yours. They'll work great for ours too. So. Gotta love those theater connections.
So, Annabelle, tell me a little bit about Alice without giving any spoiler alerts. How did you approach it? What do you think about having to do this role?
It's a little hard. This is probably the deepest, most complicated role I've ever done. Catherine Plummer in Newsies probably comes a little closer to this role compared to the rest of them. But she has maybe a little of my personality, which makes it a little easier for me to portray her confidence and her commanding editor mode, I guess, boss mode most of the time. Jumping timelines was, and even now I'm still looking at my script and like, how do I do this? It's Amy has been very helpful, and so has he been very helpful in giving me exercises and things to do. I say just come and see the show. She's a fun character to play. She's fun to watch. And Steve Martin and Edie, they write her music so well. Her lyrics, her just everything about the music it's moving. It's fun to learn. It's fun to listen to, and I think the whole cast is really enjoying this different style, different feel.
So do you have to jump back and forth, or is it just one time you're in one era and then a different time you're in a different?
It's jumping
decade?
back and forth.
So you have to like
multiple
change
times.
costumes and jump back and forth multiple times within the show.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
good.
If people know, if people know the show Big Fish, it's kind of Edward in Big Fish. How he's always the constant between the two.
Gotcha.
Kind of like that. Little less fantastical. I mean, right? Those Edward stories are. We did that one. 4 years ago now. It gets a little more fantastical. Bright Stars stays grounded. I think all the time. We have fun. Like there's some fun moments in the show. But yeah, it does stays grounded, and I don't know, cool story. I gotta say, Bella talking about her character journey with this. I don't know if I've ever given notes to somebody and have a student take them the way Bella does, because I'll give a note and she'll look at the script and she'll just sit there looking, and I can see the wheels turning, and like she's got to fully comprehend what the note is. Okay, I got it. Let's try it. Like it's really cool, just to like see that process.
And how many people are in the cast total?
We're just under 40.
Wow.
Yeah, just under 40. We got I think it's 10 different schools represented. We're kind of like Verona does. Back in April they do their teen show where they pull together students from a lot of different schools. We do the same. Since we're in Beaver Dam, we have a lot of Beaver Dam kids that participate. We got students from Mayville and Waupun. We've got one coming in from Columbus, one from Campbellsport. So yeah, we pull in a lot of students from the area. Always makes for a fun journey. Bella actually was talking about doing community theater in Fond du Lac, was in Footloose, correct?
Yes.
With my sister. So my sister was helping with callbacks because I like to have somebody who doesn't know the kids, and she comes in and is like, I actually know that kid. So that was a fun, gosh, our theater feels so big and vast sometimes, and then
it's
all this, it's just a tiny little like, oh yeah, I know,
right.
We did a show together once. So that was just a fun cool connection. And I think
that first show we ever I met you was
our first
Footloose.
show was Footloose.
Yeah. Back in the old church.
Back in the old church, which is now an art studio.
Oh really? I didn't know that.
The visual artist bought it, and he's been working on it and making art around the town. If you come visit our new location on Maple Ave, there's some portraits of artists from Beaver Dam on the outside wall of our building, and those were all created with help from the guy who bought our old building. So yeah, we're liking the new space, constantly making updates. Things we got right when we moved in. It was awesome for audiences as they came in.
Mm-hmm.
We made sure that it was nice for them. For us backstage, it wasn't quite as cushy yet, and we were okay with that, like because we at least had a backstage compared to the old church. We didn't quite have so much. So yeah, moving in the right direction. It's been fun.
So had you worked with any of the other people in your cast at all before this?
No, actually, there was one girl that I actually auditioned with at Fond du Lac Community Theater, and that show didn't work out for either of us. So I knew one other girl from an audition,
see?
but that was it. Yeah.
So, have you only done, or do you only do musicals, or do you also have aspirations to do drama and comedy or opera or?
I would like to do some maybe more plays.
Mm-hmm.
I've done one with a homeschool group. It was 2023, I think I did, with my sisters, and that was a lot of fun. We did Tom Sawyer, and that was different, just something different. But I'd like to do maybe Shakespeare, step into something along those lines. Opera, I'm not sure yet. It'd be fun to challenge myself, just give me something different.
Right, you can start with operettas. You can start with Gilbert and Sullivan.
It's a good medium, happy medium there.
Exactly. So tell me the particulars. When does the show open?
So we open 2 weeks from this last Thursday.
Okay.
So June 18th through the 28th. We got 2 weekends, Thursdays through Sundays. 7:30, except for our Sundays, are 2:00 matinees. I think we got some pretty decent prices. It's $18 for adults. Students, we don't care what kind of students, are $10. So since we got high schoolers on stage, we want to make sure that, especially that high school age student, is able to get to the show for relatively cheap. So yeah, it should be good stuff. What else do we need to know? There's more information, actually, about our whole summer worth of programming at www.bdact.org. We are the first of 4 shows that are community.
I was going to say, that was going to lead into, so what are the other shows that are coming
Yeah,
out?
so cool for me. One of the students that went through the area high school shows, Warwick Gokenauer, is going to be directing a production of SpongeBob. That'll be with 6th through 8th grade performers. Another choir teacher in the community, Andy Estervig, is directing 3rd through 5th graders in Sally Sells Seashells and So Can You. I think that's the title.
Say that 6 times fast.
That's the one time you get, Bruno. That's all I got. And then a former employee of BDACT, David Allen Smith, is going to be directing Shrek the Musical.
Fun.
So yeah, it's
now do you only do high school age?
Me?
No, the BDAC.
No.
This sounds like it's all high school.
No. So we're high school. SpongeBob is middle school. Sally is elementary school, and then Shrek is our
community
main. We say main stage production,
okay,
but yeah,
gotcha.
that's an anybody could audition situation there. So yeah, 4 different levels. As of this past Thursday, I believe all 4 were rehearsing in the building throughout the day. Yeah, like the middle school goes 9 to noon. Elementary is like 1 to 3. We've been in there like 3:30 to 7:30. Shrek is showing up around 6. So like that, there's like a half hour that the building's not used from 9 to 9. It's
wow.
Yeah.
And is that going to be the format from now on? Is it 4 shows every season?
That has been actually since the year before we talked about Footloose, since the high school program started with Little Shop of Horrors a decade ago. That's pretty much been how we run it in the summer. Yeah, we make 4 shows happen. Our elementary and middle school productions are a week apart. So like there's the one show only gets 1 week of the stage, just for themselves. So yeah, it's quite a journey. And we're trying to, the students, we've added a bunch of dance to the show. So if you're familiar with Bright Star already, we've added even more dance into it. And so the students have been like nagging our choreographer, like, can we get some bonus rehearsal? And he's like, yes, except we need somewhere to meet. So like, they're like, is there a room in the building that we can come in an hour early? Let's check the schedule.
Who is your choreographer?
So John Dobratz is the choreographer, or is the conductor of Mayville's High School. They do competitive show choir. They've got a competitive a cappella group. So we've known each other, I think, kind of technically since we were both in high school. He went to Mayville. I was up in North Fond du Lac. Our paths kind of crossed then, and then since then we've become good friends. And I don't know. I think he just does such great work with the kids, making hitting all different ability levels. I mean, Annabella and her sister both over a decade at Reader Dance Studio up in Fond du Lac.
Oh, okay.
So like when we saw that on the audition form, we're like, cool, all of the dances. Let's get them. So, but what I love this past summer, I went out to New York with my niece. She graduated high school, and so my graduation present to her was to take her out to New York for the first time.
Wow,
so
what a great
I know
present.
It was really cool. Also, really great present for me because I also got to go again. But so we went to go see some shows, and one of them we saw was Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, it's coming here to Madison.
It is. Yep, it's coming here, so that'll be cool. And we saw it while Christopher Jackson was in it, so that was really exciting for us. We rushed tickets, so we were front row, and like if I really wanted, I could have like touched him while he was performing. That would have been really weird. I wasn't going to do that.
Yeah, I'm sure he would have loved
I'm
that.
sure, right. Actually, I did have a really nice conversation with him after the show. Like,
cool.
Got to shake hands. He came out to stage door, and we didn't have anywhere to be, so we just kind of hung out, and he was happy to chat a little bit, talked about being a teacher. But the reason I brought up Hell's Kitchen was not to brag about getting to make Christopher Jackson. Just happy side bonus there. But while I was watching it, and I hope that they keep this choreography when it comes to town here, there was a lot of songs, and I was like, why is this dancer here? They're not singing. They're not in the scene like it was. There would be like a single performer on stage. They'd start singing a song, and then 4 dancers would be in and moving around them. And I was like, I don't even care. Like, usually I'm like, there needs to be a reason. Everything that happens in a show, there needs to be a reason for it. If we're going to set this, if we need this set piece in a scene in the second act, we have to put it every time we're in that scene. We need to have that piece there. Like, I just get that kind of picky. But I would just watch these, and I don't have I'm not a choreographer, so I don't have good words for it. But I was just like, these dancers were kind of like there to set the mood, like set the vibe of what was going on with the piece. So we left and we get on the subway, and I just started texting John, and I was like, John, I just saw this. Can we do this? Is this a way that we can use student skill more? We can get dancers like Bella and Clara into those, and then maybe the not so strong dancers, they can be featured in the bigger numbers a little bit more because they've got the security of a whole bunch of people around. So I don't know how many songs are supposed to have dance in Bright Star, but John immediately was like, yep, I'm getting it. He Twyla Tharp, the choreographer. Yes. I was describing what happened in Hell's Kitchen. He's like, I'm seeing it, but he was going through Twyla Tharp's song, and I've seen Moving Out once, so I kind of got the idea of what he was going for there. And so we've got 17 songs in the show that have choreography in some capacity. Like, I think the second song in the show has 2 dancers. We've got a handful with 4, some with 8. I don't know, half a dozen that have the whole cast in it.
Yes.
Like the opening, the entr'acte. We added dance to the entr'acte because why not? So yeah, the kids are dancing like crazy. And what I loved yesterday, I was like, okay, we can be done a half hour early unless there's something you want to work on. And like, there's a couple kids that were like, we want to be done early too, but we probably should run that song one more time because I love. I mean, this is one of the things I love working with high schoolers for, is like, they want to make this good product, and it's just it's cool. So if you're a lover of dance, this is definitely come check out this version. I doubt you will see another production like it. If you find one online or whatever, right, you're not going to see, I don't think you're going to see as much dance as you'll see. And then when Hell's Kitchen comes and you see those dancers, you'll be like, oh, that's what he was talking about. I get it. That's kind of cool. So, but there's no way, if John wasn't choreographing, there's no way that we would be doing this sort of stuff. I'd be like, yeah, Bella, just do some moves that kind of fit with what he's singing, like that's...
But that's great. I mean, use the skill sets of the people that you have there, and why not put dance in it? If you have people who can dance, and that's part of their wheelhouse, and you have a choreographer that understands and gets what your objective is, why not do it?
Absolutely, and yeah, he is definitely bringing it. And the kids are, like I said, picking it up and running with it. So it'll be cool. It is so fun to take the words on a page, and then a couple people talking together, and now a couple weeks we're gonna tell a story that I don't know if it'll change lives, but I definitely think it'll make people think, make people feel. Like I said, it's story of hope. Gets dark, but it's I think I probably watched it half a dozen times before I stopped getting chills in that second to last scene. Like, I want to tell you what happens because it's like big spoilers, and like, I don't want you to be prepared for it. I want you to come in blind. But like, I knew what was going to happen, and I still was like, oh, there's the chills every time. It was good. And then, I mean, everybody's all the performers. That's one of the cool things about doing this area high school show, where I can bring in, I just email some choir directors and hope that it show up. But just like, I can take, leads from all these high school productions and put them all together. And so, yeah, our leads probably played a lead this past, school year, but so did the supporting characters, so did the featured dancers, so did, like, there's a lot of people. And, I love seeing one of my students that just graduated. Every time she sees Bella, they've known each other for 6 weeks. About every time I feel like I see the two of you hugging right when you get to
Yep.
rehearsal, right?
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
Yeah,
I do know who you're talking about.
I love that. These kids don't know each other, come together, tell some stories. She there's a bit at the end of the show where Bella just gets to go. She's got an amazing solo right toward the end of the show. And the whole cast is supposed to be singing backstage, or on stage, or there's a handful on stage, but everybody's supposed to be singing. And there's so many students that I'm like, you're supposed to be singing right now. They're like, I'm listening to Bella. I'm like, we need to sing. So
Backup vocals are there for a reason.
like, yeah, she sounds awesome. Imagine how good she'd sound if you were also singing the backup vocals to support it. But there's the cast is so I guess I don't know, maybe high schoolers are being sneaky and mean to each other backstage. I'm gonna pretend that they're not. Or I'm gonna
know if you're doing Mean Girls.
that was like 3 years ago for us. No, but like the number of times that we'll be at the end of a scene and the whole cast will burst out in applause and cheers because of how great somebody's doing. We've got a Beaver Dam High School grad, Josh is playing Jimmy Ray, kind of a love interest with Bella, and he's got a just like soul crushing piece. He sings it so gorgeous in the second act. And that's another one where I feel like no matter where everybody is, they're just like, this conversation can wait. We're just going to listen to Josh now because it's good. And I feel like I just could go on and on about all of like the different kids and all the Ella singing her. Ella's a fantastic dancer. She gets to sing and dance. Just a whole bunch with the whole cast and leads dances for that. It's just so good. What am I gonna do after the show is done?
You're gonna go right into your next show.
I'll move on to the next show.
Yeah, you're gonna move right into the next show. So speaking of Bella, it is Bella. You like Bella better than Annabella? Either
Doesn't
one?
matter.
Doesn't
to me.
matter. Go by any of your stage names. Bella. I like just one name. Just like like Cher, Madonna, Bruno. So what do you have a dream role that you're like you're got your sights set on? You've always wanted to like do this part?
I don't know. Right now, I'm kind of focused on Alice, and she's the dream role I didn't know I had.
Right?
Isn't that fun?
It is fun.
That happened to me with Baker and Into the Woods. Like when they said that we're doing a while back, when they said they were doing Into the Woods, I was like, oh, I want to play Baker, and then I was in it. I was like, I really wanted to. Sorry, I didn't mean to hijack your question. I just like
you just gave her time to think.
Yeah.
I did just get Dorothy, and that was a dream role. I think my next probably would be a Disney princess, Cinderella, something like that. I've always ballroom dancing, big gowns, like everybody loves that stuff, and it's fun. A lot of fun.
Well, see, next up's got to be Belle.
Belle.
You want the big dress and you want the big numbers.
After Babette and Belle,
yeah. There you go.
Yep. Cool. Excellent. So cool. So we know the show's coming up.
Yep.
Tickets are on sale now.
Tickets are on sale now. Yeah. bdact.org. Shows are June 18th through the 28th. 7:30 showtime, except for Sundays we're at 2. Tickets $18 for adults, $10 for students, and then if you've made the drive up to Beaver Dam once, make it a couple more times. Check out SpongeBob, and man, Sally sells seashells, and so can you. I don't know how the cast is going to do that.
Is that a show? Is that a real show? Is it an original?
It's a show. It's a smaller theater. It's like theater written for that kind of age.
Okay.
I think it's called Beat by Beat Press. Is a publishing company that does just shows kind of written for a young
audience, young actors.
Yeah. So, and we've done a handful of those in the past. We also sometimes will do like the Disney Junior productions. Right. We bounce around, trying to give. I think they did Alice in Wonderland Junior last year. So, I think trying to give some different experiences, for that age level. I know that's something I try and do, both at the community theater and when I'm directing at my high school. Make sure that we're getting some different, get kids exposed to different types of shows. Because I've seen, back when I was still doing shows for Channel 3, one of my favorite things was going in and doing middle school and high school productions, because the kids are, like you say, they're so devoted and they're so talented. And I've seen shows in high schools that were better quality
and better done than some of the road shows that have come into the
Sure.
Overture, just because their enthusiasm and the parents and all the support they get. It's astonishing, the amount of talent and the amount of dedication. I mean,
Absolutely.
they're, like you say, they're doing like full blown tap
Yep.
dance numbers, not doing the shortened version. Like
Yep.
the whole entire thing. It's like, Dames at Sea and, just huge production numbers.
Absolutely. It is. One of the things I love about it is, for the most part, especially when I'm directing at the high school, a little bit too at the community theater, I kind of know who I get to work with.
Mm-hmm.
I've directed, I think, just the once, just an anybody community theater production. I had no idea who was going to audition. When I picked Bright Star, I had a rough idea of, I don't know, maybe half of what the cast is going to be. And then there's Bellas out there who just show up and you go, oh, okay, I can work with that. But like, I get to, make these connections with students over 2, 3, 4 years sometimes, and see them grow as performers, watch them, nervous to audition as a freshman, and then actually, nailing the audition as a sophomore, and a featured role as a junior, and then the lead as a senior. Like, that's not everybody's trajectory, but
Sure.
get to work with that. When you do community theater, it's a lot of times I feel like people audition if they like the title. They audition if they want to spend the summer, telling that story or whatever it is. But a lot of times I don't think it matters for my high schoolers. Whatever's going on in the fall, I'm doing that show. There is a show that I really want to direct that I don't think my high schoolers ever want to do. Have you heard of the show? It's a Bird, It's a Plane. It's Superman.
Yes, absolutely.
I think that show,
Linda Lavin.
that
was her big Broadway debut.
I think it's so fun. I think it could be a little bit funny, and anytime I bring it up to my students, it's like, we can't do the Superman musical. And I was just like, it would be so.
Wait, why?
I think that,
do they have a reason for it?
I think they just think it's too cheesy.
Oh,
and like, for especially like, the ones that are going to be seniors. You've been with me for 3 years. We did Brigadoon this last year, and they like, one of the girls who ended up with the lead was like, "Yay, I guess," when I announced it, and she ended up loving it. But a lot of my students don't know. I don't know, like, what you think about for the cast too. Like, I feel like they don't necessarily know the breadth of musical theater. I think there's so much access to current stuff.
That's true.
And so I
that's
think contemporary is what is liked. And so when I said Brigadoon, even though I'm Scottish and already owned a kilt, and they knew it, and they knew that I was going to love the Scottish accent with them, they still were a little nervous. And they bought in, and we did fantastic, and audiences loved it. Somehow this is totally unrelated to the show we're doing now, but we sold more tickets for Brigadoon than we did for Les Mis the year before. How does Brigadoon beat Les Mis in any box office? But we pushed hard, and the kids had a good time. So but I think sometimes, that principle, like, I'd like to think that my students would do Superman if I said that's what we were going to do, but I think that would definitely be the case more than if the community theater as an adult show was like, hey, we're going to do Superman, because people don't know it. The average theater goer, you and I might be a little exception there,
Right.
Right.
Well, because it's never been revived, and it hasn't been revived. It's not in the canon of shows that ever come back to Broadway. It's kind of one of those forgotten musicals.
Yeah. Did it? I don't think it lasted long.
It didn't. I don't think it did either. No, I don't think it did either.
I'd love to lean into the goofy of it.
And why not?
I think
we're doing. They're doing. SpongeBob.
Right.
Talk about taking a cartoon and making it into a musical. It's like,
but
come on.
Can you imagine, like, Superman in the middle of a fight, and then you've got stage crew all in black right behind them, and behind their back they've got signs, and then Superman lands a punch, and then pow, and then you just hide, like, just go old school. Then if the fight choreography is not super great, it's okay.
It's okay.
Like, you're having fun. I have lots of fun ideas for that one. Hopefully at some point I'll have a bunch of students where they're ready for this one.
Well, we'll totally be revisiting all of this, because I have a new gig now. I'll be starting Magic 98 with Lynette and Charlotte on the morning show. and all my wonderful theater people that I've come to know and love. And I'll be talking mostly about middle school and high school musicals.
Okay.
So when I start that in a couple of weeks, I'll definitely be giving you a call.
Okay.
Because
Sounds good.
we're going to put stuff and promote it on the air on Magic 98.
Oh, that'd be great. I mean, anytime we get to see you, Bruno, is always a good time.
Oh, see,
That's
it's been way too long.
That's
Well, it was a joy meeting you. Break a leg
Thank
and have a
you.
wonderful time. I think you have an excellent time at the show. It's always great to see you
Yeah,
again.
good to see you, Bruno.
Go buy tickets now. Go to Beaver Dam, and you survived the storm last night, right? Didn't it go right over your heads last night?
I think it was a little north of us.
Okay.
Were you okay?
Oh, we were fine.
North, okay. She
Everybody's
lives north of Beaver
Okay,
Dam, so
good.
Always
Everybody's
good.
okay.
Always good.
Cool. Excellent. Well, everyone, thank you for tuning in today. We'll see you again in a couple weeks. And I am Bruno from Showbiz Buzz with Bruno. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Deb. Thank you, Brett. Thank you, Jim. And thank you both for being here today.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.